Strong, that's what they call us. Africans, women, survivors. But nobody ever asks what it cost us to become strong. We were taught to endure, to be silent, to smile through pain, to call suffering culture, and silence respect. So we learned how to survive, but never to feel. And when you don't feel, your wounds don't heal. This series is about the pain behind the strength, the trauma behind the smile, the scars behind the success. Here, we name what was never named. We feel what was never allowed. We heal what was never protected. Because confidence doesn't come from pretending, it comes from healing. Welcome to Strong But Scarred, where African stories find their voice and the broken places become powerful again. And your host, Lola Adeyemo. Let's talk about money. Not just the kind you count, but the kind you fear. Because for many of us, money was never just money. It was silence. It was tension. It was something adults whispered about, or fought about, or completely avoided. For many of us, money was never just money. It was silence, tension, something adults whispered about, fought about, completely avoided. I am Omolola Adeyemo, a confidence strategist and health coach, and a woman who understands what it means to unlearn survival and step into wholeness. I have worked with women who are brilliant, capable, anointed even, but still struggle to show up fully, chart their worth, and embrace the life they truly desire. Not because they don't have value, but because somewhere along the line, they were taught to shrink. And today, I'm not just speaking to your mind, I am speaking to your story. Let's talk about money. Not just the kind you count, but the kind you fear. Because for many of us, money was never just money. It was silence. It was tension. It was something adults whispered about, or fought about, or completely avoided. You grew up hearing things like money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are wicked, be content with what you have, don't aim too high. And you didn't realize it then, but something was being planted inside you. Not just caution, but fear. Not just wisdom, but limitation. So now, as an adult, you're working hard, you're praying, you have dreams, but something in you still hesitates when it's time to rise. Today, we're going to talk about it. Because what if I told you your struggle with money is not just about money? So, what is financial trauma? Financial trauma is not just poverty, it is the emotional and psychological wound formed around money, lack, survival, and fear. It's growing up in an environment where there was never enough, or there was enough, but fear still ruled, or money caused stress, arguments, silence, and anxiety. It's when money becomes tied to shame, fear, guilt, survival. And here's the truth: trauma is not just what happened, it's what happened without safety, without explanation, without healing. So even if your parents did their best, if money was always heavy, tense, or avoided, that weight didn't disappear. It transferred. So, how African culture shapes money trauma. In many African homes, money was not a conversation, it was a command. You don't ask questions, you don't discuss finances, you don't challenge authority. And because of that, we grew up uninformed, yet expected to perform. We were told, manage what you have, but never taught how. Don't waste money, but never taught how to grow it. Be humble, but sometimes humility became hiding. In some homes, wealth was even feared. If someone became successful, people whispered, people questioned, people spiritualized it. So now you grow up with a silent belief. If I become too successful, something might go wrong. And that belief sits quietly in your decisions. Let's see how it shows up in adulthood. Let's make it real. Financial trauma shows up in ways that don't look like trauma. It looks like underpricing your value, feeling guilty when you earn more, avoiding conversations about money, fear of charging people, overworking but under earning, self sabotage when opportunities come. It looks like you pray for increase but panic when it arrives. You want visibility but shrink when attention comes. You desire abundance but feel safer in survival. And the most painful part, you start thinking something is wrong with you, but nothing is actually wrong with you. You are responding to what you were taught to believe. The cost of unhealed money trauma. When financial trauma goes unhealed, it doesn't just affect your bank account, it affects your confidence, your voice, your decisions, your relationships, your future. Because money is not just currency, it is access, access to freedom, choices, rest, impact. So, when you are afraid of money, you unconsciously limit your own life. And then the cycle continues. You struggle, your children watch, and they inherit the same fear, the same silence, the same limitations. This is how generational cycles are formed, not just through poverty, but through unhealed beliefs. How can we heal and break this cycle? Here's the good news: these cycles can be broken, and it starts with awareness. You have to begin to ask yourself, what did I learn about money growing up? What do I believe about wealth? Where do I feel uncomfortable earning more? Because you cannot change what you have not confronted. Then you begin to rebuild. Learn about money without shame. Talk about money without fear. Charge your worth without guilt. Allow yourself to receive without apology. And most importantly, give yourself permission to desire more. more peace, more stability, more abundance, more impact. Because wanting more is not greed, it's growth. Maybe nobody taught you how to handle money, but now you have the opportunity to teach yourself. Maybe you inherited fear, but you don't have to pass it on. You can become the one who breaks the cycle, the one who speaks openly, the one who learns boldly, the one who earns unapologetically, the one who heals deeply. Because this is not just about money, this is about freedom, this is about identity, this is about becoming the version of you who is no longer afraid of the life they prayed for. So I'll ask you one question. Will you continue the cycle, or will you be the one who breaks it? If this spoke to you, don't just watch quietly. Share your experience in the comments. Let's normalize these conversations. And if you're ready to heal your confidence, your identity, and your relationships with success, subscribe, because this journey we don't walk alone.